Hey guys, welcome back to playing Courtesan of Rome Chapter 9. When the Senate abandons Rome, Mark Antony is left holding the reins. How can you use his interest in you to fuel your quest for vengeance? Honestly, I wish we didn't have to take revenge. Because I didn't choose revenge at the start. And I still want to play as the brother, come on. I don't care about the rest of the family members. I mean, well, the dad's storyline is kind of interesting, but the moms and of course, the MCs, I really don't give a according to the rule. 8 years ago in Gaul, you and your mother are gathering food on the lake shore. She carefully collects stems of edible hogweed and lays them in her basket as she refills 2 large water jugs. Ooh, that's as much as I could carry. If you're done, I see some feverfew growing near the trees. Leave the heavy water jugs on the shore and head towards the tree line to gather the herbs, your mother points out. But as you lean down to collect them, what do we have here? You look up and shocked to see a group of Roman scouts led by a man whose decorated armor marks him as the first spear of the infantry. Seize them! 2 of the soldiers lower your spears and circle you as you reach for the knife your father gave you. I'm gonna distract them. You stand slowly, surreptitiously gathering a handful of sandy soil. As one soldier steps closer, you throw it in his eyes. Ah! He stumbles back and you duck his spear and run past, shoving hard to see him staggering in front of the other centauri. Aaron! You whip around to see your mother prone to the lakeshore. She is scrambling back with her legs and it's beneath her, trying to escape the first spear. This one looks like a prize worth taking. No! Get away from her! You try to break free of the soldiers surrounding you, but the others step in the way, their spears making a bristling wall between you and your mother. May Isis strike you dead! First spear hoists her to his shoulder, ignoring the kiss she rains on his back. Ah! Get your hands off my woman! Your leg sag will leave as your father and Sigurd bursts out of trees behind you. Your father cuts down a Roman soldier with the fierce blow, then whirls to face the next. Burn down now! Warriors, we should report to the legate! Her spear angrily throws your mother down from his shoulder. Her head hits a rock and you see her eyes roll up as she goes limp. Blood trickles through her hair. No! Report to Lake Aquila now. We're being tribesmen are still at large. He takes hold to the trees and your father starts to follow. Father, don't let the... Mother needs our help. With a great effort, your father starts letting the first spear disappear into the trees as he returns to your mother's side. Delphine, my love, wake up, wake up! He strokes her face, she moans, but doesn't open her eyes. He'll make you back to camp. Her safety is more important than going after them, obviously. He lifts her gently as if she weighs no more than a child. If we don't cherish each other, we got nothing more worth fighting for. Chapter, whatever this is, power vacuum. Present day. Lena brandishes a piece of parchment with only a few words scrawled on it in a bold hand. Mark Antony wants you to join him at the theater in the event scene. Theater? What show will we be seeing? Lena gives a worried smile. The playwrights have already gone to work mocking the Senate for abandoning Rome. The play chose a worthy target. Sounds like something Otome would like. Seems like a dangerous choice of time. I don't say that. Pat, Otome would be watching to check they make him look good. You follow Lena into your chamber as she starts pulling dresses, considering them with a frown. Too gaudy, too reserved, too dull. This size of place tend to be quite bawdy. You need to dress the part if you want to hold Otome's attention. Oh. Lena smiles. She pulls out a dress of red silk, the wispy piece barely held together with the heavy gold belt buckle that will fall just over the navel. Is that the whole thing? Try it on. I guarantee if you wear this, it won't matter what happens on stage. No one will be able to look away from you. Wear a dress the part to impress Mark Antony, draw all eyes, even at the most vulgar body. Shit, what? Yo, no. I think I feel safer wearing this. That's almost indecent to go out in public. How? Wait until you see what the actors are wearing. Nope. It's music. Afternoon, you sit beside Margaretone on the tiered stone steps of an open-air amphitheater. On stage, painted performers in glitter costumes strut across the stage. Two young men dressed as sinners wave their arms in the air, running from Caesar. You have run to Pompey when I have this waiting for you. The actor playing Caesar has a ridiculous, exaggerated bulge in his armor, tilted his skirt out nearly to the lip of his armor. He gestures at the bulge in the two-man gape dress. What? Turn around and run, sinners. You know what awaits you in Greece. What is going on? Tony laughs uproariously as the actor playing Caesar catches one man from behind, knocking him sprawling. How truly the most accurate depiction of our Senate that I've ever seen. On stage, the actor dressed as Pompey calls the challenge to Caesar from across the stage. Caesar whirls to face in his struggling armor, knocking two more sinners into each other. The crowd roars with laughter. How do you like the show? It's kind of boring. No match for your company. I'm gonna say that. He smiled at Tony, capturing his gaze. It's not often I get to upstage Caesar. So it's a show, right? Did the Senate already abandon Rome? Oh yes. The cowards wasted no time tucking their tails between their legs and running to Pompey for protection. Already? And that's not even the best part. Pompey wanted to plunder the treasure for them, to bring coin for all the legions he raised in the east. Otome could barely speak for laughing. The craven morons were each so entirely devoted to their own survival that not one of them matched it. They just ran to their own estates to protect their property. He slapped their hands abruptly and his eyes go hard again. They don't deserve Rome. So who rules the world? They have given Rome to you? Let's say the actor playing Caesar flings mud at retreating sinners who roll and wallow in it like pigs. What the heck is going on in this show? They're looking at him. A few sinners have made a stand of principle, but most would rather run to Pompey than risk facing Caesar. Even that means leaving Rome to me. When the casualty hardly seems to the government, I shall have to find a way to steal your good sign, alright? He meets his gaze boldly and he draws you closer to his side. I'm sure we could think of something, oh my goodness. States the actor playing Caesar has captured Pompey and is cruelly simulated self. Yo! Oh yes, bastard. My goodness, the crowd has words to to the actor. Yes, give it to me. The actor playing Pompey covers his face away. Oh, Caesar, yes, but oh my goodness. I cannot. I better tell everyone. Oh my goodness. Uh... oh my god, it's so funny. Whew. Ha. Oh, this seriously gives me so much love. He suddenly gives you a mischievous grin. I'm starting to think maybe they have the right idea. What? He gives a sidelong look at the actors rather than moaning on the mock-up of the Senate floor. Or am I the only one who's ever thought about breaking to basketball at night to show the Senate exactly what I think of them? Get to know Margaretone Bear by discrediting Senate House with him in it. What? Break into this? What? We're breaking into things now? You're definitely the one who's been thinking that. Otome gives you a crooked grin. Is that a no? Yes. I missed the end of this. How can I survive without knowing what happened? You just at the stage where the action has given way to a slapstick fight. It's only last and you relax frantically, know you haven't offended him. I expect none of us will know how this ends till Caesar catches up to Pompey. Not playing as victors. When will we play the brother? You have arrived in Rome at last. As you enter the gladiator barracks, Flavius lectures you and the other gladiators. Get some water. Yeah, I knew he was familiar. He plays the professor in The Elementalist. Otome could be better. Marco Antonio has just announced 3 days again to celebrate Caesar's victory. No one knows our capability yet, and I want to keep it that way. Until the games begin, you'll stay outside in the barracks. Train hard and get ready for the fight of your life. Yes, Domine. If we head out, try not to draw Flavius' attention as you coolly survey the gladiator barracks to look for any way out. Fortunately, the underground cells offer little likelihood of escape. Put their things here. Flavius sent us to the stage to throw down the baggage she has been carrying, which includes your gladius. Get comfortable. We start training tomorrow at dawn. He leaves you as you sit down on a narrow slab bed, feeling the stone beneath the thin straw mat and a threadbare blanket. Well, I can't say this is much improvement over Aritium. I expect to bear it from Rome. Looks hard to escape from, I'll give it that. Yeah, Caesar was absolutely right about you, wasn't he? I'm still chief of the Catuni until the day I die. At the meals, claps you on the shoulder with the good-natured eye roll. When do you suppose they feed us here? Freak answer, a heavily armored man comes around the corner. Malus is supposed to be housed in this wing. Why are Flavius men here? Your good clenches immediately in recognition. You will never forget that face. Oh, snap. First spear. Who? That man attacked my wife. And now what are you attacking? You're on your feet before you even think of it. The first spear looks at you with surprised distaste. Who are you? You remember? Okay, fine. I'm not gonna touch him. You attacked my wife and daughter. What are you talking about? Then you ran from me like the coward you are. How dare you? How dare you? First spear tries to slap you, but you block with the heavily muscled arm. His eyes narrow. With a snarl of fear, the first spear rushes you, trying to throw you against the barracks' hard stone wall. You don't bother to dodge Mina's charge with planted feet and grab her both his wrists and hands. Grapple for a moment, then you stomp hard on the outside of his knee and release his arm, sending him sprawling. Been waiting to kill you for years. Half turn away, trying to reach the bag where Gladys is still packed, but the first spear's on the feet again. Punch a while you have to do this unarmed. That's for Delphina. You bring up your knee to slam your leg forward, and a powerful kick will send it flying against the hard stone wall. Wow. He circles forward, still trying to punch, but he's too far to reach you before another kick sends it sinking to the floor. You insolent beast! He rushes at you, punch while you feel a sound of pain ringing in your ear. You dimly realize that you land a blow to the side of your head. Once you're straight, you rush to overpower him with your greater size weight, slamming him up against the hard stone wall. No! I'm not gonna kill him. Wrapping one man's head around the store, you crack his head against the wall once. Remember the fear that seized you when you saw the defendant unconscious on the lake shore. You live only because she lived. It tries quickly to hit you again, but the blow glances off. Suddenly, your strong hand seizes your shoulders from behind, wrenching you away. Flavius bows hurriedly to the first spear, who lies against the wall, still dazed. Grace, apologies, Domi. I don't know what evil spirit sees my man. Get him some help. Flavius clasps his hand at two of the slaves who held the first spear to his feet and half carry him out of the barracks. Flavius shakes you, rattling your teeth together until you taste blood. Still panting from the fight, is all you could do not to attack him too, but experience has taught you the futility of that. What Jupiter's name did you do? I will tell you nothing. Repaid him for assaulting me. Avenged his attack on my wife. I don't care what happened to your barbarian. Wow. Next woman who wants to sleep with your wife, you ask him what time, and if he wants to. What? What? What, my man? What? What? Get him out of here. 2 of 5 stars take you by the arm and drag you away. Confine him to a cell. His voice drops to a murder as he surveys the bloody hall in disgust. How do I explain this to Visarius? I'm playing this errand. You are trying to practice your Cathara as Sandra jealously hovers in the doorway. Well, what? Oh, snap up. Otome? No, Divine Neptune, of course, Otome. Tony is in love with me. He may have all the power in the world, but I have the power over him. I don't believe it. You don't have to. I could take him away from you anytime. I heard what Tony likes in the girl, and you're definitely not his type. And you think you are? He's the most powerful man in the world. He's wasted on you. If Tony wanted a woman who would throw herself at his feet, offer anything for his favor, he could have 100, probably does. But it's a lot harder for him to find someone he can't scare. Aaron, a visitor for you. Elena's voice from the other room pushed past Anna to join her. It's Cassie's. Cassie is standing with Lena in the school-a's front room. His face lights when he sees you. Aaron, it's been too long. He gives you a kiss of greeting on each cheek and you return them, letting your lips linger on his skin. He shivers, his arms tighten in a gentle embrace. I apologize that my work has kept me too busy to visit. Hope this isn't farewell. Of course not. Are you not leaving with the rest of the Senate to join Pompey in Greece? I would rather risk my career rotation than be remembered for abandoning Rome. I will make sure there's at least one lone voice left here to speak for the Republic. Senna walks between you, Cassie, deliberately and not acknowledging him as she addressed herself to Lena. Who am I scheduled with tonight, Senator Glassy again? No. Yes, and I'm starting to remember Aaron's patron, Senator Cassius. Yes, of course. Lena signals the server to bring Cassius wine, the judge to one of the couches in the room. Please, Senator, make yourself comfortable. Aaron will be ready in a moment. As Cassie leaves the room, Xander gives you a spiteful smile. It must be very valuable to have the patronage of one of the men who's the enemy of both Caesar and the Senate. Cassie's a great man chooses the principal. The man I love. No. The Senate will see how valuable he is for staying here to defend the city. Don't hold your breath. And now, Xander, get ready. Everyone else has already left for their engagements this evening. Xander follows off to her chambers to get dressed. Elena motions for you to join her outside. I'll take Xander to Glassy to find something else to do in the sea. With everyone else already, they will give you and Cassie some privacy here at the school, eh? Appreciate that, but why I had to say this, but I thought you might agree with Xander. Cassie's influence as a patron now can't be what you once hoped it would. Lena grips both of your arms and turns to look at you. And I want my girls to have patrons of influence because it protects you. Not for the school, eh? Cassie's co-experience just as well with or without the Senate's support, but for you it's far more important that he truly cares about you. And I would rather you have that than any amount of fickle attention for someone like Mark Otome. I care for Cassius well. I think Otome truly feels something for me. I have given my heart to another. I mean, technically, without paying diamonds, we haven't really gotten that far with Sabina. I don't know. Lena frowns with concern. It is dangerous for someone in our line of work not to control her own heart. It's worth the risk. At the mall, Xander emerges from the school, eh? Enjoy your time with your soon-to-be ex-senator, Aaron. He'll be shorted by a head as soon as Caesar returns. Caesar has come to fight Pompey. I don't care how good a general he is. Pompey is the best Rome has ever seen. He and the Senate will crush Caesar, return to Rome, and Cass will be back in favor of having held the line against Otome. Xander rolls her eyes and Lena gives her a hand and squeeze. Go back to him. Cass gives you a puzzled look as you come inside. What was that about? And just wants to make sure you feel welcome. This may be the only place where I'm welcome now. Somehow I managed to put myself on the wrong side of both factions. Yeah, how'd you do that? Stand up for what you believe in. Cassie runs his hand through his hair and laughs. Oh, it's a terrible choice for a politician. Bring Cassie's bread and cheese from the school-aged larder and take a seat beside him. I actually didn't count on Stan. I just wanted to warn you that Legate Kule has been appointed Prefectus Urbi and will be left with their urban cohorts to patrol the city. I know his history with your family. I want to warn you to be careful so you can stay clear of him. I'll be careful, stay clear, I'm going to hunt down. Thank you for always thinking of me. I'll be careful. As he looks at you searchingly, the gives a rueful grin. Why do I suspect that when you said that you mean careful not to get caught? Well, that's what I mean. Cassie pulls you close to his lips. Oh my goodness, I didn't sign up for this. You relax into his kiss and loses yourself as I did not sign up for this. Thought you wrong would be quite unbearable for me right now. At the moment, Cassie looks up and down in confusion. It's very quiet here. Where is everyone today? There are a lot of engagements already. Lena has given us a school day for tonight. Really, the whole school day? And all its amenities. Oh my goodness. Cassie takes your hand and draws you over to the bath, which steam and violently into the air. Then perhaps you will care to join me in a bath. Bathe with Cassie's for this exclusive scene to offer him encouragement and improve relationship. No. Ooh, Cassius. Yo, if I was a guy though, if I was playing as a guy in this book, like yes. Or I'd rather just keep talking. I'm sure there's much of interest that you heard in sending. And we're to top it right now. But important one. Sometime later, you and Cassie sat on a couch in your quarters sharing a plate of grapes and cheese. So tell me about Legate Aquila. What do you want to know? To me, it's always just been the monster who haunts my dreams. They must know more of him. Cassie eats a grape and considers. Aquila is what most senators would call a numan, Italian, not one that his family founding families of Rome. His family has gained some prominence by the military service. Most of the Senate will still dismiss him as not truly Roman. They are so fixed on lineage? Oh yes, there's a big difference to most of them between Rome and the Mare Italia. The guy who has sold me as a slave seems a man who wants to rise high. If it happened for Linus Jr., I'd be scrubbing floor somewhere or worse. Have had few dealings with him myself, but I hear stories of cruelty. He rises nothing. He wishes nothing more than to rise high enough. His victories, that Rome's elite are forced to acknowledge him their equal. He has even bought a house in the Kaitlyn Hill, though he has not yet made it to the Palatine. He tried to hire you someone taking a sip of wine to cover the excellent grand threatening to break across your face. Where's that on the Kaitlyn Hill so I can steer clear? Next afternoon. Where are we? You approach the coolest house, hoping to get a look inside while he's not home. Perhaps you'll learn something to help better you plan your revenge better than you mess with Roof. You try the front door, but as well as moving outside, you wait captured behind the column. Maybe I could call up my self-service. Someone will be opening that door. Waiting to your feet are beginning to grow numb, but just you're thinking you may need to find another way inside. The youngster emerges through the front door, holding a pitcher for water. Waiting as she walks outside, you catch the door just before it swings shut again, step aside. You make your way through the ornate hallway to the large back bedroom that you soon will be Aquila's. You hear a woman's voice coming from inside. Almighty God, please forgive us the arrogance of our crimes. What? Get close to first smelling the incense and then seeing a long tumble of dark curls over a pale blue dress as you catch sight of a woman kneeling before a shrine. As she turns to you in surprise, you see. I knew it was Sabina. Sabina? Next time, of course, I will. What is Sabina doing the home of your greatest enemy? Is she as much as victim as you, or has she been on this side this whole time? Really, though? That would be an interesting twist, though. But since she's a love interest, I doubt it because I don't know why. But for some reason, PB does not like making love interests bad guys. Like, I feel like it would be so cool if that happened. But anyway, so I'll see you guys next for the next chapter of A Courtesan World. See you then. Bye-bye.